Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket Show. This is Armando.
And I'm Hayley Dawn.
Hi, Hayley. Glad you made it.
Thanks for having me again.
I'm glad you're here. I heard you did another show earlier this week.
I did, the Cindy Cochran show. It was
Awesome.
Amazing, so fun.
Did she tell you about signing with Cindy, her origin story?
She didn't tell me the whole origin story, but she told me that she developed a little guide to help scuba divers sign underwater so they could communicate underwater without having to come up every time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does a lot of stuff. And you were there talking about the
Dog pajamas.
dog pajamas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And where's the website again? We'll just throw it out there for them.
It's Dymonds-co.com, and that is dymonds-co.com.
There you go. Okay, that's the last plug for the day. But we have a pretty good show lined up today. We have the guests from the School of Rock here in Conroe, and another store. We'll ask David all about that. He's here in the studio now waiting for us. Micah's here with us as well.
Miciah.
Miciah, sorry. Student, teacher. They'll tell us all. They'll get us in the know. Also, Madeline Rae, a musician. She's going to be our musical guest today. And, I've heard some of her music. I haven't heard it all. She's new to me. She's new. Family in the area. She's here visiting and said she'd stop by the studio for us.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. But let's get this show started. Here in the studio with us now, we have David and Miciah. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you guys are
for
here.
having us.
Yeah, and so you used to be a student. Now you're teacher, instructor, employee, all the above.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
He wears many hats.
Many. Well,
Maybe not.
You don't ever wear hats.
Do you wear
I
hats?
don't wear hats.
Okay.
Never wears that. Yeah. And David, you own a couple of School of Rock stores.
That's correct, yes. School of Rock Conroe has been here for a couple years, and then my spring school has been here for 5, and
That's cool.
We're just getting in the community.
Where are you in spring?
We're right off of 2920, off of 45, right across from Splashtown, and then our Conroe location is right off of 105 and 45 next to the Fitness Project.
Yeah. I've seen that one all the time. We
Yes.
pass that out regular. And we were just talking about, we saw the whole group out for the boat show out at Margaritaville.
Yes.
And they rocked. And it was a great show. And they played such good music. I was like, who's picking this music? Who picks the music?
We do as a staff. So at the boat show, you saw a bunch of schools, actually the Woodlands and Katy, and we had Cypress out there. So we had quite a few schools out there with their house bands. For this past show on Saturday, we had our mid-season show, and so it was all of our kids. Yeah, the Ice House Conroe.
Okay.
So it was all of our kids that are in our performance and Rock 101 programs, rookies programs, that we are getting them just rocking out to, I guess, rock and roll. We're picking the music. We theme out the seasons. And so what we're doing is we are getting the kids playing from Jimi Hendrix to Led Zeppelin to Imagine Dragons to
It was good. It was a
Metallica.
really good show.
And so we're teaching them how to play the music. We're flipping that traditional approach. So we are taking that rock band and saying, you're going to learn how to play a guitar and drums and vocals and keys and all of that. But then we're going to show you how to do the method and theory on the tail end. So we're song first, and then here's the method and theory why.
Asher Wara is out there on the drums for a while there.
Yes, he's a beast.
He is. He can keep time better than I can. We were playing with him in this drum circle, and he's like, wow, you're making us all look bad. I mean, this kid's good, like, dang. I mean, I can't keep the rhythm. His dad's better at it than I am, but I think they're all better at it than I am. But he was really good. I mean, you didn't expect it. You never really expect youth to shine so much and do so well. How do you find out what they're a fit for?
A lot of times they come in and they already know what they want to do. They already know they want to play guitar, drums, or keys, bass. Bass is a hard one. Bass is most underrated, but we do get some bass players here and there. But a lot of them come in and they're not sure, and then a couple seasons go through and they're actually multi-instrumental by then. So we get to help them out. Like, hey, you started on guitar and now you're doing drums and maybe a little vocals as well.
That's
so,
cool.
So
And what do you play?
I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I started with guitar, but I eventually moved to vocals, and I know bass just by knowing guitar because they're very similar. And most recently, I moved to drums.
Yeah,
I teach all of them.
You do any acapella?
No.
No.
Don't put him on the spot like
Well, you
that.
sing something for us. You're full grown.
No, you don't want to hear me sing.
Yeah, I never sing. On
So-
the show.
so I have to
I
ask,
did
you
once.
said-
It was a bad idea.
You said you've had the store in Spring for 5 years?
2019. We opened the end of 2019, closed for COVID, reopened, and here we are. And
So
then,
what inspired you to bring School of Rock to Conroe specifically?
it was I was into the spring school for about 3 years at that point, and the kids that we were able to help and just from fear of public speaking to confidence to boosting just their overall lives, Conroe was wide open, and I've lived in the Houston area all my life. Just left for the military, came back, and Conroe was a no-brainer. We got open about November of 22, and we just hit the ground running. And we've got a lot of kids in there that are just doing some awesome stuff. I mean, from Black Sabbath to Imagine Dragons. I mean, they're phenomenal, and I mean they're 7, 8, 9-year-olds to we've got a really cool adult band that it's a hobby. They're having fun, open mics. I have to ask mom if they can go out on a Thursday night. So
Yeah.
It's fun. It's that is a fun job that I don't really have to work.
Yeah.
In that sense, if you do something that you love, you don't really ever work a day in your life.
Amen to that, yes.
It's fun. I get to listen to live music every day. It beats corporate world that I was in, and I knew what I was doing for the military, but I get to go between two schools and a few hundred kids and families, and they're awesome.
That is so awesome. Well, thank you for your service as well. We appreciate that.
She's going to be at Pacific. No, you're going to be at the Corner Pub.
Corner Pub on, I believe it's November 16th. It's a Saturday.
Okay.
And then we'll do it again December 7th, I believe. And then we have our house band actually prepping for a we'll say cross state. They were invited to a Winterfest in Miami.
Oh, yeah, I
So
heard about this. Yeah.
They'll be flying out to Miami the end of January and
a
performing
rock star.
at a Winterfest.
Straight rock star. That's it right there.
The whole thing is, I mean, it's live venues. We're not doing recitals. We're taking them out to live venues,
Nice.
and they are performing. So they get that. What do you do if you break a guitar string? What do you do if you drop a drumstick? You don't.
That gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
It
Gotta
doesn't
think about
happen
it, though.
too often, but like it's one of those, you're at a live venue. What
Yeah.
do? You got to just keep going.
Right.
And so we take them out of their comfort zone and put them in front of hundreds of people, as you saw Saturday. And that was
Plus
a small
packed.
show. That was a small show. That was one of our smaller ones, just the mid-season. But we did our summer season. We combined both schools. We probably had a good 800 or 900 people out
That's crazy.
over 10 hours.
Where was that held at?
That was at Buffalo Run off of Rayford Sawdust, 45 area.
Okay. And you'll do an end of year show this year?
We'll do that in January.
And, any ideas on place? Have yet?
Not yet.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
working on venues. We try to mix up the venues.
Yeah.
We try to move the kids around, get them in multiple venues, experience going from what is it like in a sense of that's what gigging musicians do.
Yeah.
They go from venue to venue, and it's a fun experience for them.
Well, we have musicians come on the show pretty regular, and I always ask them questions like, how many shows a year do you do? Some of them say as many as 300 plus,
Right.
And it's like, okay. It can't be much commute, you know what I mean? You got to stay local to do 300 shows. But it's a life, it's a lifestyle. I'm sure they do well when you do 300 shows a year. I assume that's
Yeah, our kids do not do 300 shows a year.
No. No.
I think parents would kill me if I did that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh man, I can't even.
No,
imagine.
our house band will get in a couple shows a month. Just we'll go out to different venues. We played at the House of Blues. We played during the summer. We played at Warehouse Live.
Nice.
We've gone to a few. Miciah was part of the house band when we went to Baton Rouge and San Antonio. So we'll go out different once or twice a month. But I think if I had the kids out every weekend, I'd be fighting with mom like you can't have my kid every weekend. So no, but it is fun. They do get experiences that it's kind of like I always tell parents when we do a tour, it's a team sports of music. So we are that travel team. We're taking them out. We're gigging. They get to do fun stuff, and it's not just stuck in a lesson room and you see four walls and that's it. You are rocking. You are out doing cool stuff.
So is there like a certain age you have to be, or just as soon as you can pick up an instrument and figure out how to use it, you can learn?
So we gear our students 3 to really adult band, but our predominant base is that 3 to high school. So like Miciah this last summer, he aged out, is what we call it. So he graduated high school, he's going to college, and now he came back and he's working with us and giving back and doing all that. So in that sense, our most of our student base is elementary through high school, and then we do have a pretty cool adult band. I've even got 2 moms in there, so their kids are in performance band and they are doing adult band.
Awesome.
So
What do you do with kids that like enroll mid-season?
we get them started from day one. So the way we do song first approach is we are showing them how to play the song. So we'll immediately get them playing. And then as they go, that's when we start going into here's how you read and write music. Here's how you do the theory. But from day one, we get them playing.
They're merging right with the group.
You have Miciah, he's a veteran. He's teaching these kids as a peer-to-peer relationship along with our instructors how to be in a band. So he gets to give his lessons of, well, hey, here's what when I was new, here's the hurdles I had to come through. And
and then you make the decision of if they're ready to perform.
By that second or third month, I mean, we have them ready to go.
They're ready to go. Something.
We have them ready to go. So like anybody enrolling,
I could be a tambourine guy, little maraca guy, little triangle.
Anybody joining, I would say, with the exception of like if they joined in January, we would not have them in the season show just because that's 3 or 4 weeks. But if they joined right now, November, they would be rocking out on January
in Miami
show. Not in Miami. No, house band. That's a different. That's tryouts.
Okay.
We get them.
The end of the year show is what you're.
Yeah,
talking
the end of the season show.
End of the season,
They would be on stage at Ice House Conroe or wherever we go.
That's
playing.
super cool. Yeah, and so what website do you direct them to with when you're Spring Conroe? How do you market for that? Being that you're north and south kind of thing, do you typically,
We do Facebook, Instagram. We have Google PPC. We do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But really, it's like Miciah bringing them out to local events. We'll go do local farmers markets. We'll do all sorts.
Nice. That's fun. That's cool.
You want to give them the web address?
Yeah. What's the web address?
What's our
School of Rock Conroe.com.
School of Rock Conroe.com.
Conroe.schoolofrock.com.
Conroe.
Close.
Conroe.schoolofrock.com.
Did you catch that? Conroe.schoolofrock.com. And then 2920, what's that one?
Spring.schoolofrock.com. So yeah, just
easy enough.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's interesting to know. That way they can, figure out where to go and how to find
right.
you.
Yeah,
and
there's actually about 15 of them in Houston. So we're one of the cities that has Houston, Dallas, LA. There's a few cities that they're I won't say oversaturated, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What about Jack Black influences? I mean, the movie School of Rock.
It's definitely it helps. We get a lot of people. Miciah can tell you that they come in for a tour and it's, hey, Jack Black.
You're gonna have to use your mind, your brain, and your head.
But I can tell you that we were actually before Jack Black.
Oh wow,
So,
really?
Oh, interesting.
1998, Paul Green out of Philadelphia. He
That's cool.
started the concept of that School of Rock model, right? Song first approach, out of his apartment, out of his, they got like a little studio warehouse they rented out to go do rehearsals and things like that. I believe the way the story goes is like MTV or VH1, like they did like a expose on him or so, and it just never came to fruition. It never went anywhere. And then 2003 came along and the movie was made and he's like, hey, that's my idea. And so it just kind of, from there, the franchise started. And I mean, right now we're sitting, I believe, right around 380, 390 worldwide. So from Brazil, Peru, South Africa, Australia,
Interesting.
they just opened the market in Spain, Portugal.
Well, that's cool.
So like there's quite a few around the world, but it is a concept that was before School of Rock.
So groupies, band manager. You do
absolutely.
other positions like that?
We do all sorts. We have all sorts. I mean, we have
Lighting,
guitar techs
sound.
and sound engineers. I mean, like
They're
you saw
training on
the
those.
Ice House. We had our soundboard, and we
Yeah.
were plugged into
Yeah,
all their
absolutely.
sound. So getting that right.
Sound guys like mandatory. I mean, everybody wants a sound guy these days. They're like, oh, yeah, I hired the band, but they always ask at the end, do you have a sound guy? No. Oh, we can bring ours, but this is what it costs.
So I have a question. So you said that kids normally come in knowing what they want to play. Is that if they don't know what they want to play when they come in, is that something that you provide them? Do you provide them with the instruments for them to try out and learn on, or do they have to come in with their own equipment?
We have everything at the school.
Okay.
We have all the guitars, all the basses, keyboards, vocals, mics. We have all that.
Okay.
So in the drum kits, a lot of people don't want to pay a lot of money for a drum kit, and then the kid's like, nope, I don't like it. So we have everything there. A lot of what happens with Rock 101 is that my 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, they'll try out the instruments, and mom will have like, hey, I'm not going to buy anything until I know you're practicing every day, or you want to, like, this is something more than just, yes, take
A
it
hobby,
seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's nice. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
that's great.
we're able to provide all of it, the amps, everything. So they are coming in and they have a studio just laid out for them, rehearsal rooms to lesson rooms to all of it.
Awesome.
So let me ask you, has anybody come in with like a unique instrument skill already? Like maybe a sitar or, something crazy. Like, has anybody walked in
A
and said,
didgeridoo.
I know we've had a ukulele student.
And we got harmonica.
Oh, and harmonica.
saw the harmonica person play
Yes.
at the Ice House Conroe.
Yes,
That was
we
really
have.
good. Great touch. If there ain't a fiddle in the band, then,
We've had a few. So our schools are some. I say new, 2 and 5 years old. So it's not. Some of these schools are 20 years old. So they've had a lot more experiences. But a couple seasons ago at my spring school, we had a girl that was on a Panic at the Disco song, and she brought her cello in, and we were able to mic
Oh,
up her
nice.
cello. Like you saw.
Fairies Wear Boots.
No.
Right? Wasn't that the song the harmonica guy played?
It was The Wizard by
Wizard.
Black
And
Sabbath.
the wizard walks by. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So yes, we have kids that and he went out and learned that himself.
Yeah, that's really good.
That was not something we taught him. He plays guitar, and then that was
And a
on that
harmonica.
song he does harmonica.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. And I'll tell you, in adult music and day-to-day bands, I mean, if I'm not at Cynthia Mitchell Woods, and even then, I'll go watch Dave Matthews and he'll break out all kinds of weird instruments during the show. I'm like, what is he playing there? It's or he's doing weird stuff, and bringing in a variety of instruments, and as well as his band does during the show. And for local acts, he's a big show kind of guy and he's a showman. But for local acts, when a cello shows up or a harmonica or it's a rare.
It's unique.
I really enjoy that, and especially if they're good at it. But either way, I enjoy the fact that there was this, this aspect to the music that I'm not regularly, in front of, and I really like that, for local gigs. We've had a lot of young people come through the Conroe area that are really coming up in music these days. And is there any star students so far? I guess they all are. I probably a bad question to ask.
We haven't per se had anybody going out and getting their own recording deal or anything like that, but we have some pretty talented students.
From what I understand, you just got to go. Nowadays, it's a little different on record. Sony's not going to come in to,
Right.
have a cigar, and you're going to go far, kid. It's going to be great. They're going to love you. You know what I mean? You're never going to die. But it seems to me that the more. I don't know. The more they get into certain instruments and certain music, and they get comfortable, and it just seems like a much. You can feel it. You could tell. That they're really good with it, and But the people that I've met that are doing it, they go and they pay to get this in the studio to record the song,
Right.
And then they're a Nashville recording artist.
Yeah.
And is that how it works?
We'll partner with third party like recording studios, things like that. For our house band and things like that, but we haven't. Our whole goal is to put kids on the stage, performance-based music, and get them rocking. So there's a few things we can go down those routes, but our schools are a little new, so we haven't really gone that route.
And they're
yet.
super young. I think the challenges come. Like just same thing Mom's telling you. You know what I mean? Practice every day, work hard. It's kind of like getting a dog. You know what I mean? You're going to have to take care of it, feed it, and walk it, and I need to see this, Before my daughter got her first cell phone, we gave her like 2 blocks, pieces of wood. And I said, you need to hold on to this for 3 months. And in 3 months, I need you to show me these 2 blocks, and I'll buy you an iPhone. And she couldn't show me the 2 blocks at the end of the 3 months.
What kind of gig is that?
Well, she couldn't keep up with it,
I
and
see
so
what you're
she'd
saying.
lose her little blocks. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay. Because otherwise I just tell her she's too young to get
Well,
on
it's
the phone.
different when it rings, then you can find it easier. Clocks don't make any noise.
Well, the charger doesn't.
Okay.
That charger, that cord.
All right.
Yeah, that thing. I'll tell you, that little block and that thing. 100 million of those have gone through since then. But upcoming dates, we have November 16th at Corner Pub, and we have December
the 7th. It's Saturday.
Also at Corner Pub.
They're all about 5 to 7 p.m. So we'll go in for a couple hours and just play kind of I say open mic. Like our kids will come in and they'll play
Nice.
a couple sets and go about their day.
And they're going to rock out in there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do they accept tips? Or?
Yes, they do. They're
heck yeah.
actually fundraising for the Miami trip in January. So
Okay.
they are actively doing bake sales and all sorts to
Awesome.
gain funds for that. So
I love that.
So Conroe.schoolofrock.com, we can go there and we can see the calendar and
Yes.
where to catch you guys. And I didn't pay anything at Ice House Conroe. Is that typical?
It's typical. So our shows are open to the public. We try to encourage, like I said, we try to encourage as many people to show up as possible. So if we pick a venue, all the locals that are using that venue as their in this sense, Saturday college football hangout or whatnot, now they get to see kids play, and maybe they have a kid, and maybe now they're just like, oh, I didn't know School of Rock was that close. Cool, let's go try it out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we typically don't charge ticket fees or anything like that. We'll keep that in house with the students and everything like that, and we try to find the coolest venues to have the kids play at, and parents get to be their biggest fans.
And so the parents can also contribute on the website, conroe.schoolofrock.com.
Correct.
Right, if they want to support the whole thing.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's super.
Absolutely.
Anything else to add in closing? I mean, anything else you guys would like to share that maybe you thought about like the whole way up here, and you're like, I can't wait to tell everybody about this, and I didn't ask it.
Well, one thing that I wanted to talk about was my experience as a house band student, and outside of music and just in community, before coming to School of Rock, I had moved a lot, so I didn't really get to keep like a lot of friends. So coming into School of Rock, I was just like, okay, well, I just want to learn guitar. Like, I don't really want to talk to anybody. I just want to learn. And by the end of it, I was only in it for what, like a year and a half, and I have so many experiences that I would not trade for anything.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
And it's really great. It's awesome. You really make a lot of connections there, and it's like a family.
Yeah. What's your most
Super cool.
memorable experience?
Probably the night when we went to Baton Rouge. That was one of the best nights of my life.
That's great.
Baton Rouge was a St. Jude charity event at the Varsity Theater, and so they got a bunch of schools from Memphis, Tennessee, Germantown, Louisiana, Texas, and so it was basically a battle of the bands. They did like a WWE belt for the best band who raised the most money and all that, and so they got to go and just be part of that.
I would say Baton Rouge is on my top 5 places for food in the entire United States. I mean, they got Blue Dog Cafe, the French Press. It just goes on and on. How many wonderful places, and I could just eat my way through that town the entire time. I mean, I don't know how anybody there is just not. Everybody should be huge. The Blue Dog Cafe. Did I say that already?
Yes.
Yeah. What was the other one? There was another one. I was like, where are we going to go eat? We pulled it up, and it was like, holy cow. And everybody's like, oh, did you go to that place? Did you go to that place? This is the best place. T-Coons. There's a place called T-Coons. It's like a hole-in-the-wall place, and they have a daily buffet with rabbit on it. On the buffet, not like hidden in the back of the menu as a token Cajun item. It's on the buffet table. It's like, wow, what is
From the
that?
backyard.
Yeah, and I was talking to the owner there, and he said he goes out every morning and catches all the catfish. Well, really? And he's like, I mean, this is a lot of catfish. And he's like, yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's whole. They say New Orleans is Louisiana is its own world over there, but we're cousins. We came in the same package deal, But guys, thank you for coming. And it was a pleasure to share that you got the chance to share with us. We're very grateful that you visited the studio today and
Appreciate
took some
you
time.
having us out.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming out Saturday and getting us over here. So
I'm looking forward to Corner Pup. I really am. We'll see you November 16th. I'll be out there.
sounds good.
Folks, we'll be back after this with more of the Texas Ticket Show on Lone Star Radio.
Won't you kick your feet up if you have a minute? Turn your radio dial.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Madeline Rae, Nashville recording artist.
Hey everyone, this is a song that I wrote. It's called Discipline, and I'd like to share it with you now. I'm always 10 minutes late, no matter which way I'm headed. Can't get out of my own way. I stay up late then regret it. You can't buy the time back, can't rewind the clock. I'm in the same shirt I've been wearing since Sunday, and it's Tuesday. D-I-S-C-I-P-L-A, and you know I need some discipline. D-I-S-C-I-P-L-A, and you know I need some discipline. If I tried a little harder and I slept a little less, I'd be way more of a starter and be way less of a mess. I know I said I'd get it done, but we both know I owe you one, 'cause that's my reputation and it's best. I'd like to stretch every morning and build a steady routine and make my health a priority. But that's been my intention since far. I'm not off to a promising start or an end. You know I like to get paid to sing my songs on a stage. Instead I'm serenading my chameleon in his cage. Discipline, you know I need some discipline. Discipline, you know I need some discipline. If I tried a little harder and I slept a little less, I'd be way more of a starter and be way less of a mess. I know I said I get it done, but we both know I owe you one, 'cause that's my reputation at its best. Discipline, you know I need some discipline. Discipline, you know I need some discipline. If I tried a little harder and I slept a little less, I'd be way more of a starter and be way less of a mess. I know I said I get it done, but we both know I owe you one, 'cause that's my reputation at its best. I want it all, don't get me wrong, but I don't even have the discipline to finish this song. Thank you. The next song I would like to play for you guys is called 42 Moons. I am someone who really writes from the heart based on my own experiences, and I was in a long-term relationship, and this song really just came to me in about 20 minutes, and I decided to use the moon as a timeline for this particular relationship that I was in. So there are roughly 12 full moons in 1 year, and I was in this relationship for 42 moons. So that's what this song is about. It's been really empowering for me to write, and now I sing it in town in Nashville, and it's a beautiful thing because anywhere that I play, there are people out that know the words and they sing along, and it's a really neat thing to see how much it's impacted people. So this song is out on streaming platforms wherever you like to listen to music, and this is called 42 Moons. 42 moons waiting on you. We wax and we wait till the love concludes. Building you high, counting the days till the love runs dry. When you left, all my worries left with you. When you left, you took all your demons too. Now nobody's jealous when I talk to my friends. Nobody's lying about smoking again, and nobody's wishy-washy roller coaster up and down or under rope for love me, want me, miss me, need me, fine without me, wanna leave me. I don't need that in my life. I don't need that in my life. I don't need. need me, fine without me, wanna leave me. I don't need that in my life. I don't need, I don't need, I don't need, I don't need. I don't need that in my life. I don't need, I don't need, I don't need, I don't need. 42 months, over 3 years, then tossed to the side on a whim. 42 months, over 3 years, then tossed to the side on a whim. I don't need that in my life. I don't need, I don't need, I don't need, I don't need. I don't need that in my life. I don't need, I don't need, I don't need, I don't need. I don't need that in my life. I don't need, I don't need, I don't need, I don't need. I don't need you in my life. I don't need, I don't need, I don't need, I don't need. I'm gonna sing it until I believe it. I'm gonna sing it until I believe it. Thank you.
4.5. Lone Star
Welcome back,
Radio
Armando.
on my mind.
Hey.
And you, Hayley, and Madeline Rae,
Yes.
national
yes.
recording artist. What a stunning set! I mean, how many years have you been playing music?
I've been playing music since I was a kid. So I don't know. I feel like I've lost count. I'm 28 now. So
Your family's kind of into it.
yeah, not my dad so much.
No?
No musical
You know, like a
abilities.
bus that the whole family went around in, like the Partridges or
No.
anything like that. I mean,
no, but I did grow up singing with my mom, like most of my childhood.
and she's
so.
over at the School of Live Music here
Yes,
on
she
Old
is.
River Road here in Montgomery, in Conroe. I think it's classified as Conroe, but Old River Road's always Montgomery to me, you know. But whatever. Anyway, I am so glad you came to bring it to us. You're been doing sets all over town this week.
Yes, I live in Nashville now, Nashville, Tennessee. But I am in town just for this last little bit of October, playing house shows in people's living rooms and
Nice.
yeah, playing a winery. And now I'm here and
West
I've just
Sandy
been-
Creek, right?
West Sandy Creek.
I love
Yes,
that place.
sir.
Me and Sadiq are friends. Yeah.
That's the camel. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got to know each other pretty well.
Did he spit on you?
No. He used to follow me around, and there's like a zebra donkey.
Yeah, there is.
There's a zebra donkey. He's the donkey.
The
man.
Zonky. Zonky.
Zonky.
The zonkey.
Zonky.
Place is really cool. So it's out there a bit, and you know, I don't even know if I'd call it Richardson. You got to cut through the national forest. You take a ride to Montgomery and just go north, and then there it is.
Yeah, it's an awesome place.
It
People are
is.
great.
It's a real treat. And so you played there,
Yes, I did.
and you played the School of Live Music.
Yes.
Where else have you played? Some homes and
I've been
friends
mostly
and-
playing in people's living rooms. So
great.
yeah, basically people will just volunteer to host. And for those of you that don't know what a house show is, you find someone to host and then you go set up in the corner of someone's living room. They invite their friends and family, and it can either be BYOB or maybe the host wants to set up a little cheese board spread, and then
That's nice.
we just gather and listen to music. It's great.
Oh, and I'm loving your music. Where can I get to see some more of it?
Yeah, so
Or
I
hear some more of it?
I have 4 songs that are released now on streaming platforms wherever people like to listen, so Spotify, Apple Music, all of that.
Okay.
And I go by Madeline Rae. I have social media as well.
That's RAE.
RAE.
Okay.
So everything you can find at MRae Music, MRAE Music.
.com. Okay. And plans? How long you staying? How long
I'm
do we have you?
leaving on Sunday.
Okay.
So I'm just here briefly. I was actually in Ohio before this doing a string of shows, and then I'm needed back home in Nashville. So
Right on.
closing
What's
up.
your day-to-day in Nashville like? What do you do there?
Basically, I kind of juggle different things. So usually if you're a musician, you kind of have to have some kind of other thing, unless you're lucky and you have music as your full-time thing. I'm working that direction. But right now in town, I'm a nanny. So I nanny for a really awesome family occasionally, like once or twice a week.
Oh, cool.
And then I also am a background vocalist for a band called the Blue House Band, and we perform every Monday night at this place called the Vinyl Lounge, where they make vinyl records.
How lucky are
Awesome.
they to
It
have you
is so
backing
fun.
vocals? What in the heck?
It is so fun, and it's like a 7-piece band, so it's
And they
very
just love
grand.
you, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. And then, of course, I also dabble in teaching, so I'm starting to teach songwriting lessons, voice
Oh, wow.
lessons.
And you write your own music.
I do. I write all my own stuff. So yeah, there's just lots of different hats that you wear.
And what's the background? You briefly told us earlier. What
Yeah,
you studied.
so I studied music business, music business with an emphasis in songwriting, and that was in Dallas at DBU. And then and then I kind of transitioned into the yachting industry, which was very interesting, and was a stewardess, and I made beds, and I served wine, and I cleaned toilets.
Oh, wow.
And occasionally sang for guests. And and then in 2021, I moved to Nashville, and I've been there ever since. So
Wow. Oh, the
Yeah.
yachting industry.
Sorry. You have no plans on moving back here?
I know that would make my mom and dad very happy, but I don't know. There's something really special about Nashville. It just feels like it's the land of opportunity. And I think I also thought that being a singer-songwriter, moving to Nashville would be very competitive, and it would feel like people were like cutthroat and trying to stomp on you to get ahead. But it's the opposite of that. Everyone that I met is genuine and supportive, and we just all try to lift each other up.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
So influences. Who would you say?
Ooh, like musical influences? Oh, sheesh.
Lana Del Rey, Laffy.
I mean, I do love both of them. I feel like I pull from like sort of like jazzy influences. So both of those people are really great. And then of course, because I play the piano, Sarah Bareilles is like someone that's inspiring. But then I've also been really into this British artist. Her name is Eloise. And she does.
My grandmother was all.
Oh, I love her stuff. She's very like, it's singer-songwriter, but it's soulful and it's jazzy and it's got like little elements of pop, and I really dig it.
Did you ever do any other kinds of music like opera or?
In college we had to like study different facets of music. So I was in voice lessons and we would do classical training. And then I also was in a jazz ensemble where I got to just, sing all of me. Why not take
American
all?
Playbook.
Yeah, just like all of those. And then not really any like operatic things.
No opera. Okay.
No.
It's always interesting to me the transitions that artists take, and where they come from and how they move through the music and find their happy place. I don't know if it's the fit or it's just what they like.
Yeah.
But I think if the fit is something they like, I think there's a lot more spirit in the music, and people can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I know she's.
You can tell if
enjoying
your
what
soul
she's
is in
doing.
it or not.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure. And I felt that. I was like, I was a little under the weather today, and I was like, it was almost like a little bit of a remedy.
Rejuvenating.
Yeah, I was kicking back. I mean, imagine you played at my house. I would only catch the first 5 minutes of your show. Where's Armando? He's
Just
asleep over
soothing
there.
me to sleep.
Yeah, he's gone. I was like, wow. It's so. It was nice. The first song, what was it called?
Discipline.
Discipline. I like that a lot.
I did too. So I have to ask you, do you have a chameleon?
I do. His name's Dewey.
Dewey the
Dewey the
Dewey.
chameleon.
I
Yes.
have always thought I wanted one. Are they easy to take care of? What does that look like?
I would say they're really easy, but they are definitely not like cuddly or sweet. They're kind of like, leave me alone. You can look at me, but keep your distance. So kind of like a fish, I guess.
Okay.
No.
I see. So they don't change colors very fast, do they?
So
it takes some time?
they actually change, not based on their environment. Like I always thought that it was like you put them here and they'll turn brown or something.
Right.
It's like based on their emotional state.
Heck
so
yeah.
if
can
they're
relate
like,
to
yeah, if he's
I'm changing
happy,
colors right now.
he's like very light. If he's feeling like happy and zen, and then if he's upset, he's like super dark, and he gets different markings. Yeah, it's really interesting.
It's like communication. Now, and that works well. At least you'll know, his mood, and you've learned that, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you ever put him in pajamas?
No pajamas.
Wow.
Okay.
But
I have to expand my market.
We've left you to one
chameleon
plug per
pajamas.
program.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding. I want to bring your dog in here, actually. I was just being silly, but I'd love to have that Great Dane sit over there.
Yeah, he would. He'd love it.
Would he sit there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he would.
Can I bring a dog?
Can we bring a chameleon?
Can we bring a chameleon?
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, wow. I for the Montgomery for the Montgomery County Fair and Rodeo, the youth always bring different animals to this thing, and it's open, right? Some of them are the non-professional, the younger kids, right? So they'll bring their cat, their fish in a bowl, and all kinds of little things. And this one young man brought a chicken on a leash. He walked a chicken.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Have you ever seen the chicken arms that they give him? The little, it's like a little wire thing, but it has like different hands connected to it. So some of them are like T-Rex arms or like fingers or something, and then you put them on, and then they look like they have hands.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Put that on your chicken. He's like, "Rah."
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I'm picking up on that. The rest of the year, do you have like your schedule already planned out? I mean, do you know?
Kind of, I kind of just form it as it comes.
Yeah.
So it's very like sporadic. I don't have a typical 9 to 5 by any means.
What about like New Year's? Are you booked already?
No, I'm not booked for New Year's. I also still do these freelance yachting gigs occasionally. Basically, I don't know if you guys know anything about like recording music, but it's about like $1,000 to record a song. And then you like put it up on streaming platforms for people to listen to for free. So it's a really like interesting industry, and that's why playing shows and things are really great, because then you can kind of make enough income to fund your next project. But I'm super grateful that I have this like yachting tool in my tool belt, because I can do these little trips, and then that helps fund my projects. So I think I might actually be doing a Christmas New Year's trip on a boat.
So
yeah.
fun. So do you obviously do not do that in Tennessee?
No, I usually fly to Florida, and then we'll go from there, and a lot of times end up in like Bahamas, Caribbean or so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any notable guests you want to mention? The client relation thing, you can't bring it up. The oligarchs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably afraid that someone's gonna come hunt me down and
It's all right.
tell me I breached contract.
No, don't go. That's all right. But it's still very interesting. Just the whole thing about being on a yacht and doing that stuff. And I mean, how long is the cruise? Like, how long are you out? Like 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
It's now usually like around 2 weeks. But I did do it full time, where I was just living on board the boat, and we just would keep getting different guests every week, and I never went home, and it was wild. And you live in like a little shoebox cabin that's like teeny tiny, and but you're in the Bahamas, and it's beautiful. So that was such an interesting time in my life.
Yeah, that's such an interesting story. But you grew up here in Conroe, right?
Yes.
So
Willis, right?
Willis, Texas. Yeah, I went to Willis High School.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how has the Conroe music scene influenced your music taste? Or
it's interesting because a lot of people in Texas kind of assume, I guess, that because I'm from Texas that I would do country music, and I really don't. So that's just so interesting, especially in Nashville too. It's known mostly for country and for singer-songwriter stuff. So I don't know. I think that my biggest influence just came from singing with my mom, and I learned how to harmonize, and that trained me a lot. So I don't know. I haven't really broken into the music scene in places other than Nashville, because I was, 18 when I left.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
So you were 18 when you left here?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you now? Bad question.
28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just curious.
10 years ago now.
Perspective. Wow, that's a bit of a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And 4 songs for the time, and the yachting career, and extremely talented. We really enjoy your voice. That music is
you.
great. I enjoyed that. What a nice touch to add to our set and to bring on the show today.
Thank you.
But are you doing anything Saturday or Sunday that we can go and see you? Can we like get in someone's living room or something? Tell me what house I gotta go to. You know, we'll pretend.
We'll
know.
BYOB.
Yeah, BYOB.
Yeah, we'll BYOB.
I'll
Yep.
pack you guys in my my keyboard bag, and
Roadie.
we'll just roll you
Roadie
in.
backing vocals.
Yeah,
Groupies.
totally.
Got a couple of groupies to bring with us.
I'm playing a house show on Saturday, and that's in LaGrange, so it's like 2 hours away. You guys would be in that keyboard bag for a while.
Would be uncomfortable.
It would be.
LaGrange is a nice place.
Yeah.
I got a lot of nice girls out there.
Do you play anything else besides keyboard or just strictly keyboard?
I'm mostly a vocalist, and then I do accompany myself with the keyboard. I also used to play ukulele on the boats because that was like the only thing that I could like fit in my cabin, and so I'd play uke.
So appropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I
very
love it.
tropical. So. But yeah, other than that, no, not really. I just mostly vocals.
Okay. And so I know that you said that you have to pay like $1,000 to record, and then people get the music for free. But before, growing up, when Apple became a thing and Apple Music, it was like 99 cents per song to download. So once you reach a certain download threshold, do you get paid for downloads, or how do you?
Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Basically, like per stream, I think you get 0.000001 cent per stream. So you need like quite a few streams in order for it to be something lucrative. Someone like Taylor Swift, who's getting like billions of streams, she's obviously getting quite a bit of income from just her streams alone. But if you're an independent artist and you're kind of emerging, and maybe you have like, 1,000 streams or something, it's not gonna be as lucrative in that way. So that's when it's really important to just be basically touring around and playing shows, and then using the music that's out on platforms as more of a marketing tool to be like, hey, this is what I do, this is what I sound like, and then people can hire you for like private parties and this and that. So that's kind of the way that I've been going about it. You can list your music on other sites. So I recently uploaded an acoustic EP, which is just my unreleased songs that I recorded, super stripped, and I loaded that up on Bandcamp. So you can actually make a Bandcamp account, and then you can purchase my little bundle for like $10. So there's ways that artists can monetize their music, but it just is, you have to think outside the box.
Are you working in regular social media platforms like?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, and I don't really get on Facebook. They're linked. And then I have a TikTok that I just need to post on more, but really Instagram has kind of been my main vessel.
Well, awesome. Madeline Rae, thank you so much for visiting with us. Thank you so much for playing some music for us. That was golden. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Any final questions for us?
No, I don't think so. Other than
Well, how
you
do we
said
get to LaGrange?
yeah.
Every time I think of LaGrange, I think of ZZ Top. They got a song. It's the title song of the album. It's called LaGrange. Yeah. It was about the chicken house ranch that they had out there back in the day.
You must have to be like over a certain age to know.
Marvin
what that song
Ziller busted
is,
that chicken
'cause I
ranch.
don't know.
He's dating.
Yeah. They call it a chicken ranch. Oh, they come in. Yeah. Anyway, that's why in the song he says, "Oh, we got a lot of nice girls out there." In the song, that's how he said. That's exactly how he says it. I know. ZZ Top. We lost one of the. I think it was Billy Gibbons. I don't remember, but anyway. So, Madeline Rae, we'll see you at mraemusic.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Folks, we'll be back after this with the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture. Lone
Welcome back to the Texas Ticket. This is the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show where we kind of just go over local events and happenings and some that are just local, so it might make you a little more Texan, and some that are real Texas stuff, kind of like the barn dance, right?
The barn dance is tonight.
That's tonight.
Yeah.
A real barn dance.
Tonight by the Lone Star Cowboy Church in Montgomery, Texas.
21627 Eva Street, Montgomery, Texas. The barn dance. That starts at 6:30 this evening. Still got some time to get dressed. Put your boots on. Head that way.
Yeah, there's going to be live music, dancing, food, and fellowship. So.
Cool. Also, Estrella del Sur. It's the Star of the South. They're having their beer release of this Mexican-inspired beer that we got to try together here last week. We'll put that link down there. You can watch that episode. Please watch it. That beer was really good. I took a bunch home, and it got better when I actually put the salt and lime on it.
Oh, you did do that.
Yeah, we graduated into greatness. I mean, it was good when you drank it. Like, it's good. I'm glad it didn't have all that stuff in there, but it really went with the home run when I put the fresh lime juice in there, salted. So you can go November 2nd to the all new Southern Star Brewery, and
it's going to be exciting.
Dia de los Muertos Estrella del Sur release, and that starts at noon down there at Southern Star Brewery. Friday, November 15th, Craig Dymonds going to be over at the Conroe Conjuring at the Owen Theater, and he's supposed to be really good. David Blaine kind of stuff, not Chris Isaac. What's that other guy's name that lets the tractors run over him?
I don't know.
No, he always likes nearly kills himself, in every magic trick.
All right.
Yeah. So that's happening, Owen Theater, and they have something every month over there in that regard. The November Conroe Sports Cards and Collectibles Show at the Hyatt, Grand Central Park, Conroe. That's at November 16th and 17th, the whole weekend. Come meet.
Well, let's go back a second because we are having a ultimate Halloween costume party at Bar Lago at 15250 Highway 105 West, number 170, and that is in Montgomery, Texas. So
that's at Waterpoint Center, next door to Hunger Crush, right there, gorgeous spot, and then two black guys are playing, and that's the name of the band.
Okay.
Yeah, Teddy Gibson Jr., who won the and Cecil Shaw. Teddy Gibson won the Voice Huntsville.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple times now,
Okay.
I think. So they'll be performing as well as everybody's in costume. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Bar
that's
Lago.
from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. So make sure you're in your costumes. It's going to be a fun time.
Wow.
My goodness. You
Let's
okay?
yeah. Oh, Renfest. Renfest every year happens out in Todd Mission, Texas, and it's just a short trip, right through Plantersville. There, you take a left, and it is a icon in the area here, and is celebrating its 50th season. And they'll be doing their third weekend this weekend over at the Texas Renaissance Festival. You can come catch them at the fairgrounds. We should. Have some at the Estrella del Sur event over at Southern Star. I know they're giving out a lot of tickets there. And they had an earlier event with the King. Came by to visit on Thursday with them. Should be a lot of fun at the Renfest, and looking forward to the Pirate Week. I'm a big fan of that one. Do you dress up for this?
Yeah, you have to dress up. Yeah. That's
yeah.
the,
I didn't want to tell you have to, and then be like, oh, I never
you don't
dress
have
up for
to,
that.
but you should. It's more fun that way.
Yep.
And it's All Hallows Eve this weekend. Definitely wear your costumes and get in the Halloween spirit. You can test it out before.
Are they doing the superheroes and villains, or just anything goes?
I think it's anything goes.
Right on.
Anything goes.
All right, and you can check that out at Texas Renaissance Festival 2024. I know they're at the big 5-0 over there has a lot of new things, a lot of new stuff that they're messing with, and we'll get back in touch with you on that. And I think that's all we have. Folks, we'd like to thank a lot of Madeline Rae for coming. She was fabulous. I'd like to thank you, Hayley, and thank you for coming. And
the School of Rock.
School of Rock with David and Miciah. Okay. And had a great show. Had a lot of fun. We can follow the show at facebook.com/txticket. You can also see it at LoneStarCommunityRadio.com, and you can see all the links there on the YouTube channel. Yeah, and catch them all there. Or we post them to Facebook as well. We're a nonprofit station. Like, subscribe, donate, support, whatever, you can pledge to it. The links are in the bottom in the program. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on the Texas Ticket Show here on Lone Star Community Radio.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.